Hi, so school has started on Wednesday and it's Friday now. So it's been Wednesday, Thursday and Friday and I already feel super overwhelmed. And I think one of the reasons why is because not only school itself, but like I have been, thinking a lot about the situation, my personality and mental capacity of dealing with the reality that I have around me. And it's been honestly, I don't know why. Every time I tell people, my new instructors, about situation, about how I'm here and I have 5 kids, and they're like, "How do you do it all?" And I'm like, I don't even ask myself why and how. I just do it, and um, no no much time to sit back and reflect on how you do it. You just do it, and it's getting real. We'll be having placements where we're gonna be observing students in their classes, and I have tons of books to read. This is from the Revolutionary War, and that's a book I'm reading now for social studies. And there's a textbook there too, and there is a science textbook and a math textbook. So this is the thing about my math teacher. I'm his only student, and he's been teaching for 20 plus years, mainly the little ones, third and fourth grade.
Mama,
Okay. Oh no, go help her. She's in distress. Help her. Or Jaguar is gonna help her. Anyways, he has a little Jaguar that he got from the aquarium. Was it from the aquarium?
No, it's from the
A planetarium? From the yeah. Anyway, so I was like, just so you know, to start it off with, I hated math since I was first grade. Well, that has changed a little bit because now that I'm a mom, the only subject I could help my kids with growing up in Japan was math. So I helped them, and I was like, oh, so it's not that bad like I used to think as a little kid. I was afraid of the problems with words, and I could handle or figure out the numbers, but those word problems were really throwing me off the grid. And so now that I figured out I have 3 math classes as a master degree student in elementary school teaching, and the first math that I'm taking now is for me to learn the math, so the terminology and how it works, so that later in the other classes I could be able to teach it. And I'm telling my kids, math is haunting me. No matter how much I hated it, it's haunting me for life. And so it's been he said he guaranteed that I will by the end of this course I will probably get to like math, if not love. So it will be easier to comprehend, understand. So, and keep in mind, this English is my second language, so all the terminology in math, like I don't even know how to say certain things like properties and fractures and fractions and like all those things I don't really know. But there's a website that we use with the kids in the summer, studying a little bit of math and English, and that was really helpful to me. I'm using it, and I'm using YouTube videos with tutorials and instructions of how to express math, how to deal with math, because math and science are those two things that are all over the place, all around us, and we can't live without it. The methods of how to use math, how I grew up, raised up, working the problems is completely different from what's here, and what it was in Japan was different too. My kids will like walk me through the process of how they do the math problems, and I was like, well, that's too much. That's like every stage we just did all that in our heads back home, like people didn't really used to break it down like that to me when I was a kid, and I wish they did so I could know it just like the kids now. But it was, maybe that's why I struggled, because if it's not broken down into steps for you, you struggle. It's not for everybody to figure out quickly. Like, boys just get it, and I'm like one of those girls that are like, yeah. Anyway, so it's so insightful to listen to those professors and their experience in teaching, and they always have cool stories to share, and it just makes me like, I can't wait. I can't wait to be out in the classroom and have my own class and our own cute community with students, and like our own like little family during the day, and get to know the kids and learn together. Like, really, like, I'm not putting myself into this pedestal where I know it all and I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do it, and that's the only way, and that's it. I think that dictatorship in pedagogy, it's probably really old school, and unfortunately they have it in some countries still, in some teachers and individuals, but we're all learners. And we're all learning and improving and trying to make it work for everybody, and collaborate and include. And so that's the goal. That's my goal. But besides that, it's this morning going to school, on the highway, I saw ambulances and police cars, smashed cars, and I was like, well, I have to be careful on Friday mornings, because that would be something to keep in mind. I left quite a bit ahead of time so I could be on sharp on time for my 9 o'clock class, but I barely made it. Like, my classmates were already seated down, and the teacher realized, she knew that I commute, so she was okay with that. But it's there are some things that are out of my control. I cannot really do much about it. And then my teacher today, she's teaching me science and social studies, but she was like, is it too overwhelming for you? How do you do the 5 kids? Like, how, if it's too much, let me know. And I was like, I will let you know if it's too much, but I am a person who tries to adjust, and I commit to do this. And if I see it, like today, we had to submit a response to a reading, and I didn't. I skimmed through the reading, but I did not write my response on it, and I felt like a loser, because it's not because I didn't want to. Just yesterday, instead of doing that, probably I went with my babies to the park so they can play in the park. And over there, they found 3 teenage girls sitting there on their phones and talking stories. And out of a sudden, and I was reading a book, like this revolutionary book. And next thing you know, they're playing with them, hide and seek on the slide, around the benches. And next thing you know, they're on this grass field doing like yoga moves and like dance moves. Like, my baby girl is making a move, and then those 2 girls are exactly copying the same thing. And it was just hilarious to watch. It was great. But my professor, they don't know that. They try to understand every individual, because we're small classes, like 3 to 5, 6 people. But nobody knows your situation unless you explain to them. And so I'm grateful for individuals who are teaching me, sharing their experience, and also trying to understand where you come from. And it's just great. It's a growing experience and learning experience. And that I try to see the hand of the Lord every single day in everything I do. And honestly, to this point, to me, it's not like if I have faith in the Lord Jesus Christ anymore or not. If that's not it, I already know. I know, because it's been many times and every day where I can see those little miracles, which means that you recognize His hand in your doings throughout the day. Timing, how timing falls and how things come to remembrance right before promptings of what to do and what not to do. It's just been great, and um, I have tried to focus on gratitude, just being grateful. Like today, I'm driving on the way back to the house from school, and I look at some people just walking, jogging on sidewalks, and like I'm waiting on the red lights, the traffic, looking at the people, cars, and I'm like, this overwhelming feeling of I'm so grateful to be here right now. It just like strikes like on lightning, and I'm just eternally grateful that I can be here at this time of my life, and I'm grateful for the experiences before this point where I'm here today. I'm grateful for every experience before that, because that's what has shaped me the way I am now. And all those experiences have, if nothing else, helped me to be more compassionate and understanding to others who have been going through the same or similar situation. And I never thought that I'll be in the section of life where it's education. I never thought of myself as an educator, but you know what? When you're a mom, that's where it starts. It starts from even before your child is born. I tried to read articles, bloggers, moms, the other mom, even before I was mom of my first kid. I read and I searched and I asked, and so I think this constant drive of wanting to learn and wanting to kind of like expand your vision of, you cannot just live your life and like certain concepts and understand like certain principles and just hang on that all your life. I think that's pointless. Not pointless, it's like narrow-minded. And if I want to constantly like enlarge this vision of how the world works and learn a little bit of here from there, and that's why school in this age, like when I'm 42 and I'm going to do my master's finally, it's just really, it's really enriching and timing how the Lord has done it to be exactly this time when my kids are exactly that age, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, and I am learning how to do the elementary school teaching those same subjects. I come home and ask them, hey, how was science class? I want to know. Or how was social studies class? Or what did you learn in math? Like yesterday with my oldest, we sit on his computer that they give him from school to work his problems and math problems, and I'm like, wow, this is like, show me how you do this. And he got it and I didn't. I'm like, explain to me, how did you do that? And he goes like, well, he explained to me, it was like have to find the perimeter of what was the shape called? I don't even know how to say the shape in English. Not triangle, not square, but like the square that has like, I don't know. See, I don't know that shape. But he explained to me how he did the perimeter, and it was just really like, he just gets it. And I'm like, okay. I hope I never teach math for 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, because no, I'd rather stay with the little ones and keep it simple and keep it life and real. The little ones, I just love them. They always ask me which grade is like the one that you're targeting, and I'm like, I don't know here in the States, but when I was teaching in Japan, my favorite grades in every school now that I can think of were the most interactive kids that would actually open their mind. It doesn't matter if it's hard or not, because English was not easy. It was not like for everybody. But they would mostly interact with you and like try to be friends with you before and after class was the 3rd and the 4th graders. They were, and I like the 5th graders too, but towards the end of the school year, they would just become like more like, yeah. But 3rd and 4th grade has been my favorite age of kids, and I enjoyed when my own kids were that age. I really enjoyed it, interacting with them, and I just love that age. But anyway, so yeah, it's a lot on the plate, It's being a mom. It's having being loaded with assignments already. It's been only 3 days of fall, and I already let one assignment slip away, and I'm like, and they mark it down for late, and then it takes points, and so, and that the perfectionist that I am, and I always want A straight. I have to work really hard and spend long hours after those two little rascals are asleep, so I can catch up and learn, and that's the best part of it all, is learning. But yeah, I strongly believe that once you're a mom, you're an educator. It's like implemented into your DNA. You have to teach constantly. And I don't think teaching in classroom will be any different, because I mean, they're not your own kids, but they're still kids, like with their curiosity and wonder, and they analyze you, you analyze them, and you just try to be friends and learn together. Anyways, time out. I'm gonna go and study. It's Friday, but I'm gonna be studying.